Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me, and we are working on revisiting Bijouisms. Certain things that we tend to forget as we advance our practice, as we go deeper into our practice. So it's always a good idea to revisit them, to reiterate these Bijouisms or the fundamentals of Zentangle as we further our practice. So today again, I'm going to draw a tile using some Bijouisms. So what I'm going to do is just draw a zigzag like this across my tile. Yeah. And then I'm going to create some sections like these, inside which I'm going to write, just like we do for the tangle ing. Yeah. So have created some sections, and then let us see if we want to write what are the Bijouisms that we want to write today. So I'm going to use probably a bolder nib as I did in my first session. So I'm just looking for my identity pen, and here it is. Yeah. So let's write create yeah, and then you can write explore, and probably a little thinner nib here so that the E is visible. Right, again I will write create, and then again explore. Yeah, so you can write it any which ways you want. This is just an idea. Right, so these are the two Bijouisms that we are working on today, and now let us add some tangles. So this part of my tile I'm just going to add some munchin. Yeah, so I've started with some dots, random dots, not thinking where, what, much. So this is generally the way you start with the tangle munchin, and then you just connect the dots forming triangles and then add auras. Yeah, so just start with one base line and then find a point above that line or below that line and start to draw lines like these, landing on the base. Yeah, then again take any of the side as the base now, and then find a point above it and then start drawing lines landing on that side. That's the tangle munchin. Yeah, so the sides are taken as the base. Now these two sides, any of the sides you can take as a base, find a point above it and then just start drawing lines landing on that base. Yeah, again here probably somewhere hidden there is a point, and I'm just adding lines. Simple tangle to draw, just keep changing the direction of the lines and you will be amazed to see the beautiful result. So Zentangle is all about exploring, So we have some tangles, but there are unlimited ways to use those tangles to give it your personal touch. Use it differently, explore, extend it, embellish it, enhance it, create a tangulation or a variation. Yeah. So tangles are suggestions. You can take a cue from them and then make it your own and create beautiful patterns out of them. Yeah. So I'm just going to continue like this. I think by now you got a hold of how I'm doing it. Yeah. So you just have to change the direction of the lines every time you draw them. Yeah. So I'm just going to continue like this. If you want to add some more dots, you can always do that. If you can't find a dot above the side of the triangle, you can add one. Draw at your own pace. Take your time. Enjoy the process. Yeah. So I'm almost finishing drawing my munchkin here. Just working on the small little sections left here and there. Drawing behind as far as these sections are concerned. So I've not taken it till the end, but if you want you can take it till the edges. Yeah, so I have left some space there. Probably we will add some tipple or something else there, or just leave the space like that. And the rest of the section I am first going to add some auras. So even if you just keep drawing these auras, you land up with a tangle called static, and it looks pretty nice. But if you want, you can add some bit of tangles in between. By varying the width of the aura. For example, you can add a wider aura here. And then continue in the same fashion. Take your time. Just repeating these zigzag auras. Slowly draw each stroke. And then again, if you want a thicker aura in between to add some tangle, you can do that. Slowly draw this tangle called static, and then again you can add some wider lines in between. Yeah. So that's static. Now we have this in between section where we can add some other tangle. Probably we can use a brown pen here and add some flowy mukas or onomato or duda. There's so many. A lot of those border like tangles. So I'm just going to go with some simple mukas and flux, which go pretty well with these mukas. The small little spaces in between, you can just fill it up with tipple. Yeah, nice flowy tangle, nice filler, nice standalone tangle. So just take your time, enjoy the flow of this tangle. Draw it the way you feel like, draw the way your hand is comfortable. You don't really have to lift your hand when you're drawing this tangle. It's a one stroke tangle. Yeah, take your time. So that was Muka. Again, you can repeat the same or you can add something else. I'm going to be repeating the same tangle. Yes. And then again. So I'm using a mix of Muka, flux and tipple. Moving as per the spaces I have. Yeah. So just take your time. So I'm almost finishing drawing my Muka here. Almost done. Yeah. And then these leftover spaces, I think we will extend our Manchin only. I had something else in mind, but nevertheless, I think Manchin will give it a complete look. So I'm just extending my Manchin now. Yeah. So just go ahead and draw in the same fashion. Just create some triangles like these and extend your Manchin till the end. Yeah. So I will just make sure you keep changing the direction of the lines. Take your time and slowly do that exercise. Extend your munchin till the end of the tile. Yeah. So I'm just going ahead and drawing in the same fashion, not thinking much where, what. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. So that's about our tangling. Now let us move on to shading. Yeah. So good idea to highlight your string where you have written your bijouism. So I'm adding some thick graphite all around my create and explore. In fact, you can go inside a little and add the graphite a little on the inside also. Like this. Then moving on to the edges. So I don't plan to individually shade my munchins. So I'm just going to give it a pillow effect or shade my tangle as a whole. You can also add some embellishments in these auras of your munchin if you want to. Highlight one or two lines and your munchin pops up. Maybe we do that. First let us shade. As far as your static is concerned, good idea to darken one side and highlight the other. Yeah. So let's first blend this much and then we shall see if we want to add something else, we can do that. Take your time. Coming to our bijouisms. At the edges, make sure you keep it to the edges and you don't make the entire thing gray. Yeah, like this. And then moving on to our munchin. Take your time. slowly blend the graphite. Pull it towards the center, but do not blend too much because we want to highlight the center. Like this. Yeah. Then comes the chalk. So now you just have to highlight the other half of your static like this. Simple tangle to draw, but looks very nice when you shade it. You can see the dimension that shading adds to this tangle. Yes. Coming to our munchin, if we want to highlight our munchin a little, then we can always add these inked bands in between with a highlight. Yeah. So it kind of pops up, shines. So you can either do that for all, or you can just do it for a few of your munchins so that they stand out. So I'm just doing it for few. I'm not going to the gray areas. I'm just doing it for those which are white. Take your time and slowly do that exercise for some of the munchins. You can also add orbs in some of the strands, or you can add something else, whatever you feel like. Yeah. So I think we have done that for a few. Yeah. So now I think we can highlight the center of the munchin also once we have inked some of our munchins. Now we can go ahead and highlight. So with your chalk pencil, the center part where you have not added the graphite, you can very comfortably add some chalk. And then just, I'm doing that with my fingers. You can use your blending stub if you have it handy. I do have it handy. If there is still some patch, you can just clear it off. And your tile is ready. That's Bijouism, create and explore. You don't have to do anything else. Yeah. So 1 or 2 black pearls, just a little embellishment here and there. If you want, you can do that. I'm sure they will add to the look of your tile floating around. These are small little embellishments that add a lot to the look of your tile. I'm just going to place one more here. Yeah. That's about it. If you want to highlight them a little more, then you can just go ahead and use your Gellyroll and highlight that small little dot inside. Yes, if you want to add a little more, then you can use your gray brush pen and add a little shadow underneath. Yeah, that's about it, right? So let us close our tile here. I'm going to put in my chop. Where do I put my chop? Probably small one sitting here. Don't forget to sign and date your tile. Most important, appreciate your work. Appreciate others' work. Yes. I shall see you again with some more Bijouisms. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.